Hey guys, welcome back. I don't know where we are. We are in Maritimo, and it's a club in Portugal, first division in Portugal. And we are finished with the season here. But I don't know what to call this show. Is it Sleeping Giant? Because this is not a giant, to be honest with you. This is not a giant. Or is it. I don't know. What is this? But this was a fun game. I have been in Portugal once before only, and that was with Rio Ave. So the reason I came here was mostly because of the city is so beautiful, and as well as the city is beautiful, the stadium is okay. Okay stadiums. I thought maybe I can bring them up. So, and this is a stadium of 10,000. It's okay in Portugal. And the reason is that they haven't won anything. We just finished the season and came fourth place here. And we came fourth place. I think that's a good thing. They expected us to come top half here. So we are qualifying. This is the highest position the team have ever been in the league. So we was smelling the back of Sporting, but we did not smell the back of Porto. They were too far away from the start. As you can see, Benfica finished the season without a loss at all. So we were there, we were fighting for the third place, and I think the third place is important in a way because the third place goes directly to group stage in Europa League. No, we have to go to we have to go one round in the qualifying round. So third rounds isn't it four rounds or something? I don't know, but anyway, they expect me to come to the qualify to the group stage next year, and they also want me to go top half. So the season is over, guys. They're playing in Maritimo. We won 18 games. We lost 7 games. Of those losses, we lost, I think, against Benfica, Porto. We defeated Sporting Lisboa 2 times, home and away. So the problem for me with this team was to scoring goals, guys. Sometimes it loosened up a little bit when I took down the tempo, and I did something I really don't like to do, but I had to do it, and I'm gonna show you it later. So, but the main thing here is that the money, I didn't know it was so weak. The Portuguese team, if you are not in Benfica, Porto, Lisboa, or maybe not Braga, Rio Ave also had okay economy. The money is a little. I mean, there is less money here than that I was in first division in Norway. Not the top division, the first division in Norway. I'm going to upload that game as well. So, for us, getting us to the Europe, coming to the group stage there, if you can manage to get to the group stage, that can be an important part of the building this team. So, I will not say then this is a sleeping giant, but we have the foundation maybe to go high. But here's something: if you're gonna play with Maritimo or Tondela or teams like in Portugal, guys, you have to include the Brazilian league. I didn't do that, even the lower leagues, because you need to bring in players. I see that are from there, and they want you to bring in Brazilian young players. I brought in the Norwegian league because before I came to the Portugal, I was in Norway and I had 2 games there, so I knew the players down the system. I knew, okay, I can bring him in. But the problem was the Norwegian players was expensive when you brought them here, and I'm talking about the unknown Norwegian players. So maybe if you play with the Portugal league, you should bring in the Brazilian lower league. You should maybe have the Ecuador, things like that, guys. You maybe need to have some Romanian players. There are a lot of good players there from Belarus, because this is not a team. I tried not to loan that much players in because I'm going to build the team, but you have to find the balance here. And as you can see here, I really sold a lot of players. And the projection here says 114, and we are in the Champions League. And we expect the balance to be 4 million. Of course, the next season will be 1.59. And this is not right numbers based, because it will increase both as the sponsors, as since we had a good season and we also going to play in Europe, so maybe get to 2-3 million pounds for money to sell. But you cannot go out and splash this money out on players. Do you want one player? And same time, you have to go with the same Portugal vision, that is sell the players expensive. But really, your players are not getting that much value, but when you play some European games, the value will increase. So sometimes I had to work with players I really didn't want to work with, so just to get to sell them maybe and increase their value. So when you go through the stream, guys, I'm going to take you fast to the tactic first. I think most of you like that. The tactic was good tactic, and sometimes I changed this to the pressing forward. It was I used the Juventus tactics as I had before, but I changed it. So I just bring it up because the set pieces I have here is incredible. So I always use that as a basic, and then I adjust the game. But I did something I didn't want to do. This became a little bit like a gegenpress style, and I really don't like to go to the gegenpress style because I think, in a way, it's cheating in the game. And I hope they do something with it because you can almost go the gegenpress with every team, and they will win. It's no matter. I saw you can take a lower league team. It's not anyway, but it's cheating in a way because it's far too good in the game, in my opinion. It's too good in the game, and something that people should know, that gegenpress, if you want to play gegenpress, you really need to have the right players for gegenpress. You saw that when Klopp had Liverpool in the starting season, he didn't have the players, didn't come second to win the league. It's when they had the players you want to have. When you are playing for example, gegenpress, you need the offensive players who can do that job. Here, you have to have also players who can create a lot on one-on-one situation, because you win the ball in your transition, and you need good transition players that are good in dribbling, good in finishing, make teamwork and things like that. Here, it will work at anyway. So I hate it every second. I hate to play gegenpress. I only play gegenpress with teams that I believe have the gegenpress mentality. And here I had the midfield. I came here, I said, okay, we are Portugal. We are good passers and things like that. So I just looked through my midfield, and I saw, okay. And you're going to see how we played really in the season. We used the guy René Santos here. So, okay. So the way we played, guys, was we played with a false 9 here, and sometimes as a pressing forward. False 9 gave me more. And here was one of my problems that we always have with a not very good team. You don't have a good goal scorer up front, you have really big problems. So my attacker mainly this season was Maeda. He's from Japan. He is 21 years old when you start the game, guys, and he made 8 goals. Sometimes I use him as winger, as inverted winger as well, but mainly he was the striker. Okay, in the left side I used at the end of the season Mateo Nunes, that I have brought in on loan last day on the transfer window in the winter. He played 7 games, and he did a good job there, because that was one of our weaknesses. We didn't have a player who can do that job, but he's not in your team. He played as an inverted winger. He closed down more, tackle hard, mark specific person, as we want him to mark the right back of the opponent, and marks specific person, yes. As you know. Okay, at the right is you have 2 of your players are the best players. One of them was Sadas. I don't know how you pronounce that name. And Correa is Jorge Correa is Argentinian, 27 years old. Believe it or not, they brought him in for free from Vélez. As you can see, he was not fixed in Argentinian league. When he came here, he was fixed. Okay, so that's the kind of players you need to go. You need to go to Argentinian league and get players that maybe are not fixed. So you need those players. You need a big database to really play this system. But he's in your team. He's scored 9 goals, 4 assists, and he got great flair. He got good dribble. To this team, he's one of the highest dribblers and off the ball movement here, and good long shots. So for me, he had license to kill, to shoot long shots. So I asked him to tackle hard, a specific person. That's also the right back. So these wingers are following the full backs of the opponent. Maeda did only had tackle harder. When you go to midfielder, you got René Santos. René Santos is a Brazilian, 28 years old. And look at this one. This is also cool. He came from Serie A in Brazil. That's really high. So he have also played in Georgia. You see the level of the players that are here. So, but he was really good in my team, to be honest. He was very good in this team. He's in the team in the start. He's a ball-winning midfielder. He has a vacation now. But he's, as you can see, the reason I also went for the gegenpress is I think I have the midfield who can run over them. So in a way, I have his acceleration is really high to be a ball-winning midfielder. Aggression is good. Tackling could be better. Marking could be better. But in this team, he was one of the better on this part. His teamwork is good. His work rate is good. His determination is good. His bravery is good. He lacks some part in the decision, as you can see. But yeah. So, but he had a good season. He was my important part of the team. He also scored goals. You have also, this is maybe the best player you have. He's on loan from Braga. I can't get him to be here next year. He's an inverted winger, as you can see here. I use him as a mezzala. I think as a mezzala he delivered his best season ever. He scored 9 goals, 12 assists. This is a player that I'm gonna look at later on in the game, but he's expensive, £6.7 million. So, but this is a player that for me showed up to be extremely good. He has good corners, he has great flair, his long shots is good, his passing is good. If you can bring this player into a middle table team in England and use him from the second season, this is a good player. Sadas is a good player. As you can see, I use him as a mezzala, and I also let him go here. Come on. I also asked him to shoot more often and more direct passing, since he's in that role that I think he can do it. And Pelagio is maybe your best player when it comes to the most important player. He's not a deep line playmaker. I had to use him there because to make the system go around. He's a very good box-to-box midfielder, to be honest with you. His tackling is good. His technique is good. He was 19 years old when we started the game. He had season 730. When I used him as a deep line playmaker, I used him first as a box-to-box midfielder at this role, and I used René Santos as a ball-winning midfielder here. But when I changed it up, I saw that Pelagio scores more goals. He comes up and he scores some goals from when he played deep line playmaker in defense. He scored more goals as a deep line playmaker than he did as a box-to-box midfielder in this system, because it was too narrow, I think, and then he came for the wave 2. Pelagio is important for you because of he's a good player. When we go to Europe, I have to use him one more season. I see that already that clubs are interested in him, like Napoli, Sporting, and also it was some Manchester United. No offers did came there. Thank God, it was too early. His price tag has increased a lot. £2 million he has increased. This is a player I think we can even get better than what he is, and we can get something more out of him. He can help us to get better places in the division. And also that Sadas is going out, so Pelagio will be extremely important. You can move him also as a mezzala if you want to for the next season. So this is an important player for you also in two ways. In one way that you need him in the team, the other way that you need to sell him to get more money in, to bring in some new players. Nothing here, guys, nothing personalized for him. The left side, I used Ferreira, but I remember I wanted to use China in the start, but he got injured, so I used Ferreira. As you can see with Ferreira, guy, his contract is going out, so you need to get him a new contract. He's not agreeing the contracts I have given to him. I will try it one more time, but he played 28 games. He was not incredible good, to be honest with you. He was not incredible good. He was my second choice, as he was 30 years old. I don't want to give him a bump here because I'm going to use the other left back that was more injured. But his pace is phenomenal, is important. His aggression is good. His off the ball movement is good. But he's also 30 years old. We have also some good young players that are on loan. So I have to thinking, okay, maybe I need him for Europe. But I'm not giving him £4,000 or £5,000 that he wants. So if you start the game, give him a new contract right away, because you can give him a contract in this region. But now he has suddenly played much more games than he expected, and he wants a higher wage. And that's a problem when you do a good season with this game, with this kind of teams. They're going to eat your wage budget. Kerkas is a player that have came to the club he was in the game, of course, in the start. As you can see here, £250,000. Good investment from Maritimo. I don't know how he have been in real life, but he's a typical East European defender, I will say. Slow pace, good header, good jumping reach, good positioning. But his tackling is not where you want it to be, right? 11 in tackling is not that good. He scored a lot of goals for me last season. But he's also young. Since he's also from Serbia, I think he also gets high value. So if you one day want to sell him, you're gonna get good money from this man. But selling him at this point would be just crazy, because he can be a good third defender for you. Anyway, your best defender first year, I think, is Junior. He's 31 years old. He is from Mozambique. He's played 54 international games. He has been here a long time. He has played in China, as you can see here as well. He's also lacking defensive qualities, as you could say, that tackling. So our tackling and defense is not that well. So our midfield really have to win it. They have to win the ball there. So you can see, but he has this is a mental. In the mental department, he's very strong, and also with the ball, his dribbling is 12, his acceleration is 13. So very good to bring the ball out of the defense. As you can see here, as a player trait, his marking is good. He has a long throw, so if you want to use those long throws to get, I should have maybe done that, I don't know, to get some more goals, you get also use of your long throws. Technique is good, his positioning, but if you look away from the defensive technical abilities, his aggression is good, he read the game well, his bravery is well. His concentration is not that bad. His positioning is good. His value is also 1 million. So remember, if I want to cash in one of those two, I have to cash in a junior. But I'm not going to cash in because junior, I don't have the backup there. I don't know, since I'm using a small date pass. I don't know if I can gonna get the player to succeed his role better. Bebeto is one of your best players in the team, but he's 30 years old. What a buy Maritimo have done here, guys. They bought him from many years ago from Series C in Brazil. Can you believe that? So yeah, he have been playing here, fixed the first season, the next season maybe he was injured last season, but this year he has 6 assists, 1 goal, and this is very good because he plays the same side as Correro, so Correro normally finishes him up. He doesn't use Bebeto because we want Correro to go and finish it off, but Bebeto included himself. They got a good mix of playing, these two guys, so it was very good there, so Bebeto is important, guy. Bebeto is important. Give him a contract in the start of the season. We have to bump up, as you can see it here. He had 1,000 when we started the game, but now he wants 5,225. That's increased, extremely increased, but he's a good player. His crossing is good, his tackling is good, his teamwork is good, and good teamwork with the right back that is offensive is extremely important, based with also with his decision and selection here, so he can get some overlaps on the side. So yeah, he was good. He's an important player, but again, give him a contract when the season starts. You have 2 goalkeepers, Charles and Abedzadeh. I use Abedzadeh, the Iranian goalkeeper. He had 3 international apps when we started, so you have 12 now, so you have become their first goalkeeper. He's a good sweeper goalkeeper, guys, and the main reason I did use him because he was better in the command of area. Comes a lot of crosses in the game here in Portugal, and as well as his rushing out tendency is very good. And I wanted that since I have one slow defender then, and we're gonna use a sweeper goalkeeper. We use gegenpress, we use the defensive line much higher up, so this was important, and he played well. He had a new record of clean sheets because we don't know how many clean sheets the other goalkeepers had before him, but anyway, and he's a young goalkeeper. His value will also increase, and this is a good one. You have to increase. I have to renew his contract, and you can see how that goes. You can see that if you renew his contract, he's a backup. No, you are my first goalkeeper, as is recommended here. Do you know how much he wants? Oh, it's not much. Maybe we can go down here. Come on, go to 1-1, and we can give you more if you keep the clean sheet. What about this? No, this. Yeah, we can get this 1-4. So he didn't want that bumper. That's okay. That's good. But okay, you also have in the team Anakura. He's a Italian goalkeeper. I didn't know that, but his value, as you can see, 725. He's your 3rd goalkeeper when you start the game. He's not that good, but he can easily be your 2nd or 3rd goalkeeper, as his wage is very low. Charles was my other goalkeeper from Brazil. I sold him, and you're gonna see the players I sold later on. You also have Rodrigo Valenta. He was 18 years old when we started the game. I bought him from Porto just right away. Played 14 games and for 1.7 million. I had to ask my board to do this, really, because he's going to take over next year the role of Sadas here, maybe Pelagio, but he's a contender for this role. You also had Nanu as your backup for the right back, 26 years old. He's not that good. He's a pacey player, but he's not that good. He didn't play that much games for me either. 3 games only. You also have Rivaldo. I didn't get much out of him, but he's a good player. I should have got more out of him. His pace is good. His acceleration is good. His dribbling is good. His off-the-ball movement is good. His decision is lacking, so he may just dribble back to your own goal. He's playing for the Angolan national team, so you will increase his value if you make him deliver. But he played 18 games for me, 1 assist, no goals. That's not inside. But remember, he played as an inverted winger. It is not his best strength. I think as a winger, this guy can do a good thing, or inside forward maybe. But as a winger, you keep it simple. He goes around, he gets your crosses, and you can maybe ask him to cut inside from both sides, not only the left. So you could make him like an Mbappe guy, using his pace and dribbling at the side and just going to the box. Make it easy for him. But I couldn't do that since I used Correa here. So maybe with time we have to sell you Rivaldo, but he's new in the club. You can't sell him when he started, and I think you can get more out of him. I bought him at the end of the season. He only played. I bought him from the Campura League, 600, not 600,000 K. So and his contract is going out now. I really needed a new striker in the team, and I didn't have a player with finishing ability, so he was finishing 14, heading 15, jumping reach 15, so I could use him both as a target man, I thought, and also as a pressing forward, as he's got also good working rate and off-the-ball movement, but it didn't happen. We used him a little bit as a backup. I also tried to bring in here, you can see you have Coeros. I loaned him in because we had 4 central defenders. I also bought him from Norway, this guy here, Magnus Nordengen Knudsen. He's 18 years old when we start the game. I bought him for that money. I don't know. I want him as a Mazzella in time, but I don't know if he's gonna be good enough. I hoped his value will increase, but he really haven't done that either. So maybe I will loan him away 1 season and see what's happened there. And you also have Mendoka. He's your 4th goalkeeper. I brought him up. He's now leaving the club, of course. You also have China, that I think is a good left defender, and he can take that left back. But I have sold him now. He made a lot of mess in the team because he's not playing enough, blah, blah, blah. And I played 9 games. He played very well those 9 games. And but he's leaving the club, so I have to really figure out what I should do with Ferreira here. And you have also Edgar Costa. His value is £10,000 because he's leaving the club this summer. You could give him a contract. He's 33 years old, when you start the game, and for me he played 10 games, 2 goals. He was best as an inverted winger at the left side. His flair is good, but he's lacking both pace and dribbling. He's okay, but he's a middle. He has a little bit of everything, but is good for your first season, then you should do something with him at the second season. You also have Jung Slay. He's coming in from Brazil, I think. He is. He wanted to leave the club because I couldn't give him game time, but he's okay on everything. He's nothing good, especially good, So 11 games, 2 goals, and that's what you see a lot here, guys. 11 games, 2 goals. I found Nuno Rego in my junior teams. I brought him up. As I liked his dribbling abilities, 15 in dribbling. He can be a good pressing forward. He can also maybe be a good false 9 up there. So, played 2 games. Totally, he played 3 games, I think. But he also was loaned. Now he was playing with the junior team while he was training with the first team. So, we sold. You can see here we played this way. We played positive. Sometimes we played attacking. We played shorter passing. Sometimes we went like this, sometimes we went like this. Most of the games we went like fairly narrow, but you miss a lot of chances when you go fairly narrow. They shoot from every place here. These guys doesn't have that decision making. So we went like this. Most of the game we focused on the play of the sides as well. We overlap at the left. The reason we overlapped at the left was to include more Ferreira without using him as an attacking player, because I saw the chance of crossing more from the left side. We played the ball out of defense, maybe mainly because a goalkeeper was a good sweeper goalkeeper. Tempo was sometimes higher, sometimes standard, but at this we played the best games. We distributed both to the fullbacks and the center backs. We counter-pressed. I think we have the counter-press. Why we counter? You scored some goals on counter-attack, and you had a hard time breaking down defense. So the counter-attack was an important part of our play. This is what I mean is insane. How could we play much higher defensive line with much higher line of engagement and also pressing intensity extreme? This is, if you just put this all as extreme and this at extreme, so it goes against any philosophy of football manager, I think, and football tactical way, but it worked and we played defensive with many crosses come against you in this league. Okay, there are not. For me, I thought that playing like this would be a lot of balls over here or through passes. Almost very few goals we got against us on through passes. But the thing here was that they scored on you on set pieces and crosses. Make sure to have right training. I didn't do that because for me it was just testing this one. I have ruined it for myself by not using the bigger database here with the small database. Of course it can go, but it will not be the feeling you want to have in Portuguese league. You should go scouting in the second division in Portugal, in Brazil, going around there. For me, this was just a great experience. The Portuguese league, guys, is a long league. It takes a lot, not many games, but it's a lot of cup games and things like that. We sold players here. You can see also we sold some players here, loaned away some players, like you can see here. I also bought Turbjorn and Hegem. We gave a lot of money for this guy, man. £750,000. We're loaning him away, and we're getting some loan in. He started messing around because he didn't want to be he was never bought to be our first defender. I don't know why he just got crazy out there. His jumping reach was good, so I thought, okay, he can be, if you want some more set pieces goal and a good defender. He's 20 years old, and also I thought he's increasing of value. He had some good things here, but anyway, he didn't. It comes back next year. I hope he will be more happy. We also sold Rodrigo Pino. Rodrigo Pino is a striker. He will start again. He doesn't get anything that's so very interesting, So he played 2 games for us and 15. He went to Serie B in Brazil. My God, they got money there, £200,000. We also sold Velison. Velison is I think he plays in your second team. I didn't see him. Yeah, he played in my second team. So did Andrea Cardoso. These are players from your second team or junior team. You have 3 teams here. So you also have Josef Vukov. He's a good player, but he wanted to play from day one, the second one. But as a ball-winning midfielder, he was my second choice, as he got very good mental strength and also good physical, as his stamina is good, his work rate is good, his teamwork is good, his determination is good, his bravery, his aggression is also high, but his tackling was low, so I was a little maybe dangerous, but his long shots was also good. I thought first to start with him, but then I went with the other guy, and he played 2 games, and we sold him for £230,000, and it was a good sum of money to get in. We also gave away Lincoln for free. He was in my second team, and we also sold Frank Bambuk. He's also a defensive midfielder, and this is a strong guy, So he was better in the form of the acceleration and pace of that. He also was very similar to the other ones, but the tackling was better than Vukovic. So I wanted to keep him as my second player as a ball-winning midfielder, but it just both of them wanted to out, and that team mentality was very good, so I just sold him. His positioning was good. He played, I think, also all the cup games he played, 2 games there, but we sold him for £470,000. I couldn't say no to that. My second player. So you also have Douglas Crawley. He could be playing your center back. He didn't make any mess. I just sold him to buy because I loaned in another player. So he's a good player. He's a very good player, but he's slow. He's okay on every part. And but if you want to increase our level, these kind of players must go away. It's okay. We can keep those we have now, and we have to increase our level from year to year and season to season. That's what you have to do if you're a team like this. So yeah, you sell those players. Here's the charts that the goalkeeper. A very good goalkeeper, but 26 years old. Both of them are the same age almost when you start the game, but he will not accept sitting on the bench. So I got the money I got. He's playing in the top league in Brazil. So he's a good goalkeeper as well. So you sell players like that, and you can buy some players. I bought also Cairo here. I've loaned it in. Joaqueiros is the defender. They came in the winter time. Mateo Nunes. Maybe I can get him for the next season too. I also would do something. I would if I start this game again, I will have a little bit training, better use of my time in training. I also would do something else. I also would take responsibility for signing players for my youth teams and second team, because you got your under 23 team, 19B, Maritimo B. So you have 4 teams under here, and they just buy staff and players in that. Then you have so little money that you have in Maritimo. It really goes on your budget, so it's not the best thing. So as you can see here, we also have Ruan Teles. I think he was on loan or something like that. Yes, he was on loan. So he's coming. So you have some good players on loan too. Like this one is an interesting player. I think I will sell him. To be honest with you, the money here is good. So it's really little money you have to go. I have never seen that kind of. I've never dreamt of so little money in the Portuguese team, the Portuguese league. This team especially. So you need to get sold some players here, and also increase the value, increase the potential. I can say players' ability here. So you need to sell, to buy, and also have a tactic behind there to deliver. So going to Europe is important for you. It will increase the value of your players. Also buy for game players, because they have normally the highest value here, especially if they play national games. As you can see here, my most expensive player is a Portuguese player. For Portuguese players here is Rodrigo Valenta, that we bought him from Porto, and is Pelagio. But those two are on loan, so they are not our values. But then you get Correa. But you can, for example, this guy is Zainadine Junior, the center defender. It's a very high value for these abilities here, down here. So you can see that. We also played in the cup. We came for the second place in the cup. We played here. We lost against Porto 3-1 in the final. You can, if you also get some good money in, guys, you can also maybe build increase the size of your stadium, because the stadium is 10,000. As normally you get 8 to 10,000 people at the stands, according to who your opponent is. So yeah, so you can, for example, because when we played Porto Benfica here, we filled the stadium with 10,000, and they come with 500. 500 is many, but some of your opponent come with 70 people, so then it will be only 10,000. So you're also, maybe you can get it to 12, 13,000. I think that the money will be important. Good. Did I like it? Yes. But did I do it right? No. I did it right in the form of tactic, but you need to play with bigger data, so you need to use more time on training here, because you need to get those players better. You also need to use better time. So I will quit this game, and I will not go one more year with it, because I don't think we have I have done it right. I don't want to go out there and buy loan-in players and things like that too much. I want to start this game one more time and go really down, because in getting those players you can really bring in. So but I didn't never believe that the payment of the money was like it was here. So yeah, great. But do it right. If you do this one right, guys, this is fun. It's a long season in Portugal, and it's not an easy game, because if you don't know the Portuguese league, the name of the players and things like that. Guys, I hope you liked it. If you like it, hit the like button. If you didn't like it, don't hit the like button. That's very important. Don't hit the like if you don't like it. See you later, guys.